A massive winter storm is expected to make its presence known across much of the United States between now and Christmas Eve. As it traverses down through the Rocky Mountains into the southern Great Plains, it will be accompanied by extremely cold temperatures, howling winds, and generate hazardous travel conditions for millions of people during one of the busiest travel weeks of the year. Welcome back, everybody, with another update on the impending winter storm. We are finally within range of this major storm to begin discussing future radar data as well as snowfall accumulations. First and foremost, guys, let's take a look at the current watches and warnings spread out across much of the nation. Across portions of southern North Dakota, northeastern and central South Dakota, extreme portions of eastern Montana, Minnesota, Iowa, Michigan, we have blizzard warnings in effect. Winter storm warnings are also in effect across much of the upper Midwest, the Great Lakes, and into portions of the Ohio Valley region, depicted in the pink here, guys. We also have an enormous amount of winter storm watches and warnings, as well as a ton of wind chill watches and warnings across much of the nation. These watches and warnings will continue to expand as we march forward in time, thus please tune into your local news station to keep up to date on this. As we have been talking about for the last few days now, the main focus will not be the snow totals observed from this storm. Yes, there will be locations that observe 2 feet or more of snowfall. However, it will actually be the temperatures and the wind chill factors that will be headlining the show as this system progresses forward. A huge chunk of locations impacted by this storm will observe a few inches of snow. However, just as a reminder, the snow will not be the main headline here, guys. It will be the extreme cold, the very strong winds, and the blowing and drifting whiteout conditions that will be taking shape. In many cases, snow totals will remain under 4 inches. However, even at this amount, conditions outdoors will resemble a blizzard due to the howling winds, since winds are expected to eclipse 45 miles per hour in many locations. Taking a look at some radar data here, guys. So this is future radar. You guys can see this is at 5 p.m. So this is definitely approaching here, guys. This is 5 p.m. actual central time here. But you guys can see this big band of snow developing from Duluth all the way through St. Paul, down through Rochester, down through Des Moines, Iowa as well. Even back off to the west, you can definitely see here in Nebraska here, guys. So it's definitely some snow developing here, even back into the Rockies as well. So this is some pretty heavy snow starting to develop. We even have some ice developing down here into south central Kansas near Wichita, and to the northwest over here by Hutchinson, and even down to the south of Hayes as well, definitely developing some ice. We do have some snow developing towards the northeast of El Dorado, right along 36 here, guys, up through Emporia, right along here to the southwest of Topeka. So definitely some snow starting to develop here, guys. We do have a little bit of rain coming down through Oklahoma as well, and portions into Texas here, into northeastern Louisiana. A few pockets of rain showing up here in Mississippi as well, mainly up to the north of Jackson and to the south of Jackson, down by Hattiesburg and Tupelo, Kansas. We do have some rain developing in the Florida Panhandle as well, near Panama City, and as well as Apalachicola. And we do have some showers and possibly some thunderstorms off the eastern coast of Florida here near Jacksonville. Eventually, looks like maybe eclipsing into Charleston, South Carolina here as well. We do have another system, a pretty big system coming in on the Pacific coast here. We can definitely see that there is some icing occurring near in Oregon as well, near Bend. Down through Prineville as well, with some snow developing. And also through Idaho, we have some snow developing through Boise. So it's definitely going to be a very interesting event. Even Salt Lake City, right off to your east, a big heavy band of snow developing here. And if we step this forward in time, guys, so let's move forward just slightly. Alright, so this is into tonight, guys. This is through 11 p.m. You can see Michigan. Definitely get on the action up through here, Marquette, up through let's see, up through Isle Royale National Park as well. So definitely getting into the action, especially in here in Wisconsin, starting as well. Through much of Wisconsin, we have a lot of heavy snow starting to develop here. It looks like down through Cedar Rapids, Iowa City, Davenport, Burlington, still Des Moines getting in on the action. We have another band setting up just to the west of that near Sioux Falls, down through looks like down through Grand Island and North Platte, Nebraska. Looks like the cold air is definitely moving in here across Kansas as well, where some of that icing transitions into snow. To the south, where we have this rain down into southeastern Kansas, into northern Oklahoma. Definitely have some rain here developing. And then Kansas City, Missouri, down tonight around 11 p.m., definitely getting in on some of the icing action here. So we'll definitely see what's going to happen here. It's a very, very interesting situation. Could be very, very hazardous and treacherous travel conditions. We also have this energy coming up from the Gulf of Mexico and the Atlantic as well. So we're definitely going to see how these two storms phase together. So it'll definitely be interesting. Unfortunately, some of the models were showing that the phase actually happens a little bit further apart, which means that snow totals and overall precipitation values here are definitely going to be on the downtrend. So we'll definitely take a look at that as well. If they do phase closer together, that would mean that more snow would actually happen in this area here. But at 11 p.m. tonight, guys, you can see some icing happening along the North Carolina-Tennessee border here. Looks like just to the north of Asheville, to the northwest of Hickory. This is right along. It looks like 421 here, guys. Right through Blowing Rock, Elk Park, Newland, Jefferson, Independence. So definitely some very, very slick conditions and hazardous travel conditions developing here, even into portions of southern Virginia here as well, and even into maybe making into the extreme portions of southeastern West Virginia. So it's definitely be interesting to see here, guys. We have a lot of rain developing between South Carolina and North Carolina here, just due to this interface of activity here, even down through Georgia as well. And then you can take a look at the western states here. We do have some snow developing in southern Idaho into northeastern Nevada. We still have that snow stretching from Salt Lake City down through central Utah. And we also have that snow still ongoing in the Denver, Colorado area throughout the Rocky Mountains. So that's definitely going to keep an eye on all of this. Let's march forward. So this is into 6 a.m. tomorrow, guys. You can see the Pittsburgh area getting into some rain. The mountainous terrain getting into some freezing rain and snow here. But you can definitely see this massive swath of snow getting ready to overtake the lower part of Michigan here, guys. But you can definitely see how massive this band is. It stretches all the way from northern Michigan all the way down across the cold front here, down into northern Texas. So northern Texas possibly getting into some of the icing action. This is just to the southeast of Amarillo, near Childress and Memphis. Even into portions of Oklahoma, just to the north of Altus. So definitely getting into some of the icing action here. Even Oklahoma City, you guys are going to see right on the transition zone here between the rain and the snow. So there may be some icing going on here as well. But we definitely have some pockets of heavier snow developing in northern Oklahoma, down up through Wichita as well. And then as you go towards Topeka, we definitely have some heavy snow developing. This is tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. We do have some icing in Jefferson City, Missouri, all the way over to near St. Louis as well, up through Springfield, Illinois. So it's definitely going to be an interesting event. We'll keep our eyes on this. And then central Indiana as well through Indianapolis. So 6 a.m. tomorrow, guys. Hazardous travel conditions could be possible as some of this icing mix in. So it's definitely going to be very, very, very interesting to see. And then down through West Virginia and Virginia here, we have a lot of icing going on. So this takes place between Jefferson National Forest up through Blacksburg, Roanoke, Lewisburg, Beckley, all the way up through Staunton and Harrisonburg, and even into Romney as well, getting into it. Cumberland looks like you're going to be at snow at this point. Even into Hagerstown, guys. Hagerstown, Maryland, and Frederick. There's some ice developing here. Possibly even into Chambersburg. This snow, that definitely looks like you guys are in between the snow here, so we'll definitely see what's going to happen. So let's progress a little bit forward. Well, actually, let's take a look at Nevada, where we have some icing spots developing, especially to the south of Battle Mountain here. We also have some icing and snow developing in Northern California as well, to the northeast of Redding, up through Mount Shasta. So definitely be careful out there, guys. Even down here in Cedar City, Utah, we have some icing developing. And it looks like Salt Lake City and central Utah is still within the snow. And it looks like the snow has moved off down to the southwest of Denver. At least the heavy portions of snow, so we'll definitely keep an eye on that. And let's keep progressing forward. Let's zoom out just a little bit here. Oh, we do have some icing here appearing in New Jersey as well, into Pennsylvania near Allentown. So up through even possibly portions of New York City getting in on the action as well, 6 a.m. tomorrow. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that. And we can step this forward through 12 p.m. tomorrow, guys. So this is around noon. You can see this very, very, very well-defined cold front. But you could definitely see Lake Michigan definitely getting covered by this action. Green Bay and within heavy snow bands. Northeastern Wisconsin into upper Michigan as well. Even getting down here by South Bend, it looks like there's a transitional zone here between freezing rain and snow. Even to the west of Toledo and north of Fort Wayne as well. Chicago, and some light snow here. Down through Illinois, Springfield, Urbana. Over here towards Quincy, looks like this major band still ongoing here. Even into Columbia, Jefferson City, Missouri. Kansas City, Missouri, looks like you're on the back end of this snow band here. So we'll definitely keep our eye on that. And it looks like through northern and eastern Texas here, guys, just to the south of Wichita Falls and near Denton and Dallas-Fort Worth area, getting in on the icing action. So definitely be careful. Definitely hazardous travel conditions possible there. Up through Oklahoma near McAllister. Let's see, Oklahoma City, Shawnee, Wilburton, Fort Smith, all getting in on the action here. Even into portions of extreme northwestern Arkansas getting in on the action as well. There is a ton of cold air behind this, guys, so it's definitely going to be very interesting to see. Looks like a very heavy rain event for Pittsburgh at this time. We have some icing happening in the mountainous terrain, even through northern Pennsylvania here, near St. Mary's. And it looks like possibly into the Clarion region, and even into portions of Meadville and Oil City as well. Mostly snow for the northern portion of the state, near Westfield, Mansfield, Wellsboro, down through Lock Haven and State College as well. Big time rain event for Philadelphia, Chambersburg, Harrisburg as well. So definitely keep an eye on that. We do have some icing happening. This is 12 p.m. on Thursday, 12 p.m. tomorrow. Happening near Hartford, Connecticut, up through Springfield, Massachusetts, into Great Barrington and Pittsfield as well. We also have some snow and icing developing near Woodstock. So definitely be careful out there, guys. It's definitely going to be a very interesting event for sure. And let's step forward a little bit more. So this is into the afternoon hours tomorrow at 5 p.m. Afternoon, evening hours. You can see this cold front stretching from Michigan all the way down through Texas and Louisiana here, guys. Be very careful down here near Austin, Texas, where some icing may be developing into Thursday afternoon and evening, as well as through Shreveport, Longview, Marshall, as well, getting into the action. This is just along... looks like 59, where the intersection of 59 and 79 meet here. But mostly rain for much of Louisiana here. But that's definitely probably going to change. We'll see what happens here. But we have a lot of snow through Arkansas, up through Missouri, St. Louis, Illinois, and up through Chicago as well. South Bend getting hammered at this point. Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids as well. Fort Wayne just getting in on the action. Indiana, it looks like you're getting ready to transition over to snow at this point. Pittsburgh still getting hammered by rain. We do have a little bit of icing down here through Maryland and through portions of West Virginia as well. And we have some snow developing. It looks like into portions of southern New York and Amity. And then we also have definitely some snow happening here near Albany, New York, up through Rome and Utica. And we have some icing developing just to the southwest and west of Springfield, just to the south of Great Barrington and Sheffield, North Cannon and Salisbury. So definitely watch out there, guys. North Adams getting hit with some snow. Green Mountain National Forest as well. Big time rain event for New York City, Trenton, much of New Jersey, actually probably all of New Jersey here, Philadelphia as well. So this is tomorrow evening, afternoon hours. And we'll step forward to the evening hours, definitely into 10 p.m. here, guys. So it looks like much of Indiana has transitioned over to snow. Michigan, you guys are getting hammered with snow at this point, especially up here, even into Ottawa as well. Greater Sudbury, into Ontario here, guys. So it's definitely going to be very, very heavy snow. Definitely expect some thunder snow during this time frame. Fort Wayne, Indianapolis, Lafayette, South Bend, Chicago. It looks like you're on the backside of this. Down through Evansville, Owensboro, Clarksville, Nashville, transitioning over to snow at this point. We can definitely even see some snow down into northern Mississippi as well, near Tupelo. And let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. So New Albany, Oxford, Water Valley, Grenada, Duck Hill, even into possibly Starkville as well. And we have some snow developing into, looks like Pickens, Durant, almost near Carthage here. And we have some very, very dangerous ice developing here into portions of Mississippi and Louisiana as well. So this is just to the west of Jackson. So we're looking at Warrenton, Delta, Vicksburg. Definitely get on the action, St. Joseph. And even down through portions of central Louisiana and southwestern Louisiana near Lake Charles, and as well as near Bunkie here. So this is near Cheneyville and Haas. So definitely be on the lookout for this. New Orleans, you're getting hit with some rain at this time. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a very, very interesting event. We have a lot of rain happening over here in New York City, Philadelphia, New Jersey as well. And looks like we're transitioning to icing near Ottawa and also near the Adirondack Park into Harrietstown, into Malone. And we do have some snow developing into New Hampshire and Vermont, as well as a little bit of icing as well. So definitely be on the lookout for that, guys. So definitely hazardous travel conditions certainly could be possible. This next system is coming ashore in the Pacific region here, especially into Oregon, just to the south of Portland. A lot of icing going on, especially here near Salem, Newport, Eugene, Oregon here near Bend. And it looks like Madras, John Day as well. Getting into some of the snow action, even into portions of southern Washington here, guys, near Yakima, into Sunnyside, into looks like Union Gap as well, getting into some of the snow. And we do have some snow stretching down into Nevada, so northern Nevada as well, into Battle Mountain, and just to the northwest of Elko as well. And we do have some rain in Northern California. Maybe some icing happening here, just near Mount Shasta. So definitely be careful of that, guys. Red Bluff as well. Chico, Yuba City, down through Clear Lake. Even Sacramento getting in some of the rain here. Oakland, California, San Francisco. You guys will be getting some rain tomorrow at about 10 p.m. So it's definitely pretty interesting to see, guys. So that's another system that we're going to have to worry about later on. We can step this forward into Friday morning here, guys. This is when the cold air is going to be impinging on the Pennsylvania area. Ohio getting blasted by snow. Cleveland, Ohio. Canton, Ohio. Definitely Detroit. Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids still getting hit here, guys. Columbus, down through Parkersburg. Cincinnati, you guys get hit with some snow as well. Down here through Charleston, West Virginia. You do have this lot of rain coming in through Pittsburgh, Bridgeville, Washington, Morgantown. With some snow mixing in here as well through Craigsville. And then down through Virginia, through Blacksburg, Roanoke, Lynchburg, Charlottesville, some rain here. Looks like the rain event is starting to come to a close here in New Jersey, Philadelphia, Harrisburg. But, you know, the same can't be said for Massachusetts into Hartford, Springfield, Boston. And definitely through Adirondack Park to the south as well. Indian Lake here getting some icing. We have some snow through Vermont as well. And we have some heavy snow starting to develop into portions of Maine. All the way up through Montreal here and into Ottawa as well, with some icing still happening. But definitely even into Ontario, we have a big band of snow. You guys are getting slammed up here in this Canadian province for sure. Let's move back west a little bit. We have some snow appearing. Looks like, let's see, Brewster, Washington here. We have some icing happening in Olympic National Park, especially to the south of Olympia. A lot of icing here, guys. This is through Portland, Vancouver, Banks, Forest Grove, Bay City, Sandy as well. Salem, definitely getting a lot of ice. Albany. But then we have some warmer weather moving in here. So definitely very, very strong icing event. Even down through portions of Bend, all the way down into central Oregon here as well. We also have some rain developing in Eureka, Brookings, Medford, Redding as well, just to the north of Redding near Mount Shasta again with some snow and icing. And even down through Susanville here as well. Reno, Nevada getting in some rain. And then we have some rain and snow near Topaz Lake and South Lake Tahoe as well. Even into portions of Nevada, stretching from northern Nevada down through central Nevada as well. Got some snow. Even into Utah, so Salt Lake City getting back on the action again. Boise, Idaho, Twin Falls getting in on the action as well. But you can definitely see, guys, this is definitely a massive storm system. These two interfaces have phased together. So we're definitely going to keep an eye on this. And then we can step forward through 1 p.m. Friday. Looks like much of the snow has sort of come to a close. We're going to have to watch the lake effect here. Still through southwestern Pennsylvania getting some snow. Definitely up through Syracuse, New York, Rochester, Kingston. Definitely getting some snow. Buffalo as well, as those winds definitely rip off the lakes here. A lot of icing happening through New Brunswick, Caribou, Maine as well, into some icing down through Lincoln, especially some rain eventually developing here through Montreal as well. Michigan still getting pounded by snow, and Ontario as well getting pounded. Let's take a look at the Pacific Northwest system. We definitely have some snow. Definitely looks like... well, that's definitely going to be interesting. So some icing happening in Seattle, guys, down through Olympia, down through Mount Rainier National Park into Yakima as well. Even Portland, Oregon, still in this icing event here, Salem. So this can definitely cause hazardous travel conditions as we keep moving forward here, guys. And you can see that lake effect building in 7 p.m. So this is where some of the snow totals will come in here into Pittsburgh as well. Through this lake effect on the backside. It looks like Grand Rapids once again getting into the heavy snow. Buffalo as well, Erie, all the way through Rochester and Kingston. Quebec getting slammed by snow. Ontario is still getting slammed as well. Some icing happening here in New Brunswick, Maine. Looks like all rain at this point. Vermont, New Hampshire getting slammed by some heavy snow. Montreal looks like light snow. This is 7 p.m., guys. But you can definitely see this icing event is still ongoing. Definitely a very concerning icing event, especially for Yakima here. Walla Walla as well, getting into it. Idaho, so much of Idaho within snow. Helena, Montana getting into it. It looks like Bozeman as well. Missoula, Whitefish as well. So definitely a lot of snow happening here, guys. So we keep stepping forward into 4 p.m. Christmas Eve, 4 a.m. Christmas Eve. We still have some lake effect bands developing here. Tons of snow here through the Great Lakes region. So right along Lake Michigan here, Lake Huron, Ontario, Erie, Superior as well. It looks like much of the icing has moved up to the north. So this is going to impact St. Pierre up here as well, heading into Newfoundland. So definitely watch out here, guys. We have some snow developing off the coast of New York City here into Nantucket. So that's definitely going to be interesting. We have some rain developing in southern Texas as well, south of Corpus Christi. Interestingly enough, we have some ice developing here down through Mexico. And we have some snow in Colorado once again. We also have a lot of snow in Boise. Icing events still here through Washington. It looks like this would be Omak down through Brewster, just to the west of Moses Lake as well, down through Lewiston and Walla Walla. So definitely be careful out here, guys. Definitely be very treacherous. And as we head into 1 p.m. Christmas Eve, we still get that lake effect snow here, guys. So definitely watch out. Tons of snow still developing, especially up through Michigan and Huron here, and on northern Ontario. So definitely be on the lookout for that. It looks like another storm still coming ashore here. Seattle getting some rain. Oregon getting some mixed bag of precipitation here. Southeastern Idaho as well. Northern Idaho getting into some icing near Kellogg, and looks like Kootenai National Forest, Sandpoint as well. We can step this a little further into Christmas morning here, guys. You can see this almost looks like an atmospheric river coming in here, guys, into Portland, Salem, even into portions of Seattle as well. Some snow developing here in central Kansas, even into Nebraska, South Dakota once again. Some icing here in northeastern Wyoming. We still have that snow ongoing around the Great Lakes region. So definitely use caution while your guys are out there. Some snow coming back down into Maine as well. But alright, guys, so that looks like that's it for the radar data that we can decipher. So definitely be on the lookout for some of this, guys. It's definitely going to be a very strong event. Alright, guys, let's take a look at some of these temperatures tonight as we head into the midnight hour tonight. So let's zoom out a little bit. Let's take a look at some of these extreme temperatures here in Montana first. Let's take a look at Helena. We're looking at about minus 30 degrees here. Great Falls, minus 23. Bozeman down to minus 27 degrees here. Even into portions of Seattle here, guys, down at 22 degrees. Down through Portland, we have 21. Salem down in the lower 20s here at about 24 degrees. Bend, Oregon, down at almost 15 degrees here, guys. Let's go into California here. Sacramento going down into the lower 40s tonight. Even into portions of, looks like Southern California down into the 40s. Some 50s showing up here, guys. So that's definitely very, very cold here. Very chilly, I should say. So down to Bakersfield. Definitely pretty chilly. San Francisco, guys, you guys will be down to 48 degrees tonight. Las Vegas, you guys will be down to 46. Looks like up through Salt Lake City down to about 29 degrees tonight. But let's take a look at some of these areas here. Into North Dakota, Bismarck down to minus 18.5 degrees. Let's see, down through Minot, definitely looking at a minus 16. Over through, we take a look at here, guys, down through South Dakota. So Rapid City down to almost minus 20 degrees. Sioux Falls over here at minus 3 degrees. And then as we go through Nebraska here, North Platte minus 7 degrees here. Right along this this front right here, guys. So this is where the 0 degree temperature line is. You can see this line right here. So if you're out ahead of this line, you will be slightly above 0. If you're behind this, you will be below 0. So we can definitely use that as a reference point. Down here through Texas, northern Texas, you guys are going down to about 37 degrees by midnight tonight. Dallas, Fort Worth area, about 45 degrees. Austin, Texas, down to 43 degrees. Houston sitting at 48 degrees. San Antonio definitely sitting at about 44 degrees down here, guys. And down through Corpus Christi, 55. New Orleans sitting at 52 tonight. The crazy thing is, see northern Louisiana down into the 40s. So definitely very cold. Jackson, Mississippi sitting at 47 degrees. Birmingham, Alabama, 46.5. Huntsville, Alabama, 43. Memphis, Tennessee, 45. Chattanooga, Tennessee, 43. Knoxville, 43. Looks like Clarksville 43 as well. Fayetteville, Arkansas down to about 37 degrees tonight. Little Rock down to 43. Jonesboro 43. As we move to the north, take a look at Kansas City, 32 degrees. Not very far away, Topeka, Kansas at 32 degrees. Wichita up to 33 degrees. Dodge City down into the 20s. Omaha here, guys, down into the single digits, around 9 degrees. Des Moines will be down to about 20. Rochester, looks like Minnesota, down to in the single digits, about 9 degrees. Brooklyn Park, just hovering above zero here, guys, at 0.8 degrees. So it's definitely, you can see this cold air coming in, guys. Midnight here in Pittsburgh will be about 33 degrees. Let's take a look at New York, guys. Right around freezing here. Albany, below freezing. It's about 28 degrees. Syracuse up to down to about 25. Rochester 28. Erie sitting at about 29 degrees. We're also looking at Toronto, about 33 degrees, 34 degrees here. Grand Rapids, you guys are going down to about 28 degrees by midnight. We step this forward. You guys can definitely watch this transition as this system comes in. Look at that, guys. So here is the zero mark right here. So anything above or back to the north and west of this, definitely well below freezing here, especially into Wyoming and portions of Montana, where temperatures could actually reach minus 44 to minus 45 degrees. Seattle, you guys are going to be sitting at 14. Portions of Oregon down here sitting at in the teens as well. Northern California down to below freezing here, guys, about 31 degrees. Sacramento, you guys are going down to 37, 38 degrees. San Francisco sitting at 48. Los Angeles will be, this is 9 a.m. tomorrow, guys, so this is about 49 degrees. Up through Salt Lake, you guys are sitting at about 11 degrees here. Denver, you guys will be below zero at 8 or minus 8 or minus 9 below. Taking a look at Wichita, Kansas, 1.7 degrees. Topeka, Kansas, sitting at 1.5. Kansas City at about 4.7. Springfield, Missouri, about 19. Tulsa, Oklahoma, down at 15 or 16. Northern Texas, 5.4 degrees here in Amarillo. Lubbock, Texas, in the lower 20s here. So Dallas, Fort Worth, 46 degrees. Austin, Texas, 48. Down through Corpus Christi, 53. Houston at 48. New Orleans, about 52. So this is at 9 a.m. tomorrow, guys. So definitely Pittsburgh, slightly above freezing here, 33.5 degrees. Rochester sitting at 32. New York City looks to be about 37 degrees here. Up through Maine, we have some temperatures, especially in the 20s and upper teens as well. Toronto, you guys will be sitting at 33 degrees. So a lot of these high temperatures might actually be reached in the morning tomorrow, guys, as this system comes in. So let's go through 5 p.m. tomorrow, guys. You can definitely see how far this cold air has come to the south. Single digits here in Amarillo, sitting about 8 degrees. Lubbock, Texas, about 20 degrees. Dallas, Fort Worth, you guys will be about 20 degrees as well. Down through Austin, Texas, about 28, 29 degrees. Odessa at about 29 degrees. San Antonio, you guys will be sitting at 43 degrees. Corpus Christi, you guys are going to be warming up to the 60s here, but just be careful. You can see this very cold air just to your north. Houston, Texas at 60 degrees. New Orleans will be about 65 degrees, so not too bad here. Baton Rouge at 57, 58 degrees. Jackson, Mississippi down to 49 degrees. Birmingham, Alabama, 48.5. Huntsville looking at 46.3. Memphis at 44. Chattanooga at about 44 as well. Down through Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, about 52 degrees. Northern Florida, near Tallahassee, about 57 degrees. Jacksonville, 63. Down through Miami at about 80 degrees. So let's progress this system. Let me check Chicago real quick. 16 degrees. Alright, guys, when we progress this system, you can definitely see these temperatures marching in. Amarillo, you guys are down near almost 0 degrees, around 5 degrees here. Tulsa, Oklahoma at 5 degrees. Wichita sitting at about 0. It looks like Springfield, Nebraska sitting at -6 below. Omaha as well sitting at -8. Even into portions of Missouri here, negative temperatures as well, and into portions of northwestern Arkansas. Dallas Fort Worth at 15. Austin, Texas down to 22. Houston down to 24. San Antonio down to 25. Corpus Christi down to 32. New Orleans, you guys will still be sitting in the 50s here. This is 1 a.m. Friday. Northern Louisiana near Shreveport at 15 degrees. Central Mississippi down to 21. Memphis, Tennessee at 10. So you can definitely see the sharp gradient here, guys. It's very, very strong. Myrtle Beach sitting at 46. Northern Florida getting down into the 50s. Lower 50s to mid 50s. And let's step this forward all the way into 1 p.m. on Friday, guys. You can definitely see Tallahassee, Florida getting under 40 degrees. Some portions of Florida actually go below freezing as well. This is when the cold air comes into New Orleans, about 31 degrees. Corpus Christi down to 28 degrees. San Antonio 26. Austin, Texas 27. And we're looking at Houston, Texas here, about 27 degrees as well. Tyler, Texas 21. Dallas, Fort Worth at about 20. Lubbock, Texas down into the teens. Amarillo, about the same thing, heading into about 12 degrees. Tulsa at 14. Wichita at 12.6. Kansas City at about 5 or 6 degrees. Springfield at 6. Memphis at 11. Huntsville, Alabama down to 13. Birmingham down to 20. So you can definitely see how cold these temperatures are, guys. Down through Miami, pretty warm down here in the upper 70s. Tampa will be down to about 62 degrees. Jacksonville 55. Myrtle Beach down to about 40 degrees. Here in Pittsburgh, we're looking at about 4 degrees, so definitely very cold. Cleveland just hovering above 0. Fort Wayne, so all this area, guys, you can see this is all below 0. So from Fort Wayne, Chicago, all the way through Wisconsin, Minnesota. Portions of upper Michigan, though, and most of Michigan will be above 0, so that's definitely good news. Definitely some very cold air up here in New York as well. So New York at this time will be sitting about 42 degrees. Much of New Jersey will be below freezing here. So definitely very interesting to see. Even portions back into Washington. Seattle sitting at about 27. Portland, Oregon about 39. Definitely California. Get your jackets ready, guys. This is at 1 p.m. This will be at 49 degrees near Sacramento and San Francisco. Los Angeles will be about 57 degrees. Las Vegas, you guys will be about 46. So definitely be on the lookout for this, guys. And let's see where the coldest air comes into Florida here, guys. Northern Florida, actually, this is 7 a.m. Christmas Eve. Gets down into the 20s, so definitely very cold. Same throughout much of Texas, down into the 20s as well. New Orleans, you guys will definitely be at around 26 degrees. Northern Texas at 9, where you can see this big, massive area of negative temperatures here, all the way through Chicago, northern Indiana, into portions of Ohio, into the mountainous terrain here as well. Even Erie, down into the negative temperatures. Pittsburgh will be at 2 degrees or 1.9 degrees. Much of North Carolina, South Carolina getting in below 20 degrees here as well, into the 20s. Atlanta, Georgia, 11 degrees, very, very cold. Chattanooga, single digits. Memphis, Tennessee, 12. Up through Indianapolis at about 2.6 degrees at 7 a.m. on Christmas Eve. Springfield at 2 degrees. Kansas City at around 4 degrees. Topeka at 3. As we go to the north, Springfield, -6. Rapid City at -2. Bismarck, you guys are sitting at -13. So definitely very, very cold here, guys. You can definitely see that that cold air definitely retracts. This is back into the 21st. So definitely, guys, very, very cold temperatures expected throughout much of the country. So it definitely looks to be very, very strong. I actually read an article earlier as well. Justin sent this. every state will experience below freezing temperatures on Christmas morning, guys, and that includes Hawaii as well. So definitely very interesting information. So definitely we're going to take a look at some of the wind gusts, and then we're going to break down the snow totals as well. All right, guys, let's briefly go into some of these wind speeds here, guys. This is, let me see, let me go a little bit forward here. So we'll go into tonight. You can see some wind speeds of about 25 miles per hour here, developing in Kansas. Much of the rest of the nation here is calm except up through here. We definitely have some 15 to 20 mile per hour sustained winds here, guys. Even off the coast of South Carolina here, we have some 40 mile per hour showing up. So that's definitely pretty significant. So let's step forward. You can definitely see some of these winds definitely starting to pick up, especially down here to the south. These are sustained winds. These are not wind gusts. So almost 25 to 30 miles per hour here. And then we do get about the same throughout the region of Texas as well. Some of these wind gusts are definitely going to be very, very high. So sustained winds of 40 miles per hour, even off the lakes here. Lake Michigan, 36 miles per hour. We have Lake Ontario, 31. Just off the coast of the United States here, we have 50 mile per hour sustained winds. But these winds are definitely going to start picking up here, guys. These are sustained winds of 50 miles per hour across the lakes. Some areas of above 50 definitely appearing in wind gusts in this area. So if I would draw a line in this area here, guys, we are expecting wind gusts of upwards of 60 to 65 miles per hour. So definitely very gusty winds throughout this area. So wind chills would definitely be very, very well below, unfortunately, well below zero. So it's definitely be very, very cold here, guys. And let's actually take a look at the snowfall accumulations as well. So we'll definitely break that down. We'll go area by area. So we'll start at 11 p.m. tonight here, guys. Definitely some snow developing here into Wyoming, 6 inches in most areas. So 3 to 6 inches developing here. So north of Salt Lake City, about 4 to 8 inches. Down through Des Moines, about 3.5 inches. Up through St. Paul, same thing, about 3 to 5 inches of snow developing here through 11 p.m. tonight. Not much happening down here. Expect about an inch of accumulation through central Kansas to the northeast of Wichita. Let's step forward. We'll step through tomorrow morning here, guys. So a lot of 6 to 7 inches showing up here in Iowa. Des Moines, you guys are sitting at about 4.7. Up to the north, about right here in Minnesota near Rice Lake, Spooner, to the north east of St. Paul. Looks like about 5 to 7 inches developing here. Looks like northern Michigan, about 3 to 5 inches as well. Looks like we're getting down into the 1 to 3 inch range through Kansas and Nebraska. Looks like much about the same here, about 1 to 3 inches. Looks like Colorado getting in upwards of possibly a foot of snow near Denver. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that. Some of the mountainous terrain here, getting in between about 1 to 3 inches of snow already, heading into tomorrow morning. Let's actually step this through all the way through Friday morning here, guys. Actually, Friday afternoon we'll go to. You definitely see all this snow developing here, guys. So much of Wisconsin, definitely expect about 4 to 7 inches of snow here, possibly even up to 8 inches. Iowa, general consensus about looks like 3 to 6 inches, with some locations getting about 5 to 9 inches. Definitely portions of upper Michigan as well. You guys will definitely see near a foot of snow. Even into portions of Thunder Bay, guys, definitely watch out here. Over a foot of snow here. Down through lower Michigan, guys. Detroit, we're looking at about 3 inches of snow. South Bend at about 6. Kalamazoo looking at about 5.3. And up through, let's see here. Let's zoom in just a little bit here, guys. Near West Branch, getting about 10 inches of snow. Through Pittsburgh, we're looking at about almost an inch of snow here. Down through Ohio, general consensus is about 2 to 4 inches of snow here. Same thing with Indiana, including Illinois, down through Missouri. Definitely 3 to 5 inches of snow definitely expected here. We'll definitely go through Christmas Eve to see if any other snow totals are added. But yeah, general consensus here, less than an inch of snow here in the Pittsburgh area, guys. So definitely interesting to see. We'll definitely see how much ice we get. It's definitely certainly possible. It looks like central Pennsylvania, near Altoona, looks like about 15 inches of snow. Down to the mountainous terrain, 14 inches as well. Definitely up here through near Erie, about about 3 inches, 3 to 5 inches here. Some of these may be underestimated. This is the North American model, so sometimes this model does underestimate. But giving the track of this low pressure system and the warm air that's going to be intruding in it, these snow totals are probably very close to what you'll actually see. So you can see here, South Bend over a foot of snow, Kalamazoo at 7 inches, Grand Rapids at 8, Northern Michigan. Definitely getting in on some big snow totals here, guys, about 20 inches. Up through Thunder Bay, about a little over almost a foot of snow, 2 feet of snow here. This is Isle Royale National Park here. And definitely up through, down through, let me see here, see if I can zoom in here. Looks like Picard, Rudyard, guys getting about 20 inches here. And even into portions to the north of Thunder Bay as well, areas getting almost a little over 2 feet of snow. Up near Kingston, guys, about 11 inches. Ottawa, guys, expect about 4 to 7 inches here. Portions of the Adirondacks getting into the 15-inch. Utica getting 3.2. Ithaca about 4.6. Not much in the way of snow accumulation here, guys, through New Jersey, Philadelphia, New York as well, Washington, D.C. Not much in the way of snow. So it's definitely interesting to see. But we are going to see some snow down here through Oklahoma City, about an inch of snow. Through Arkansas, about 1 to 3 inches of snow. Even into portions of Mississippi, getting into an inch of snow here. Alabama, you guys could see up to an inch of snow as well. Much of Tennessee, about 1 to 3 inches. Some areas may get 3 to 5. But yeah, even Texas right here, up near to the northwest of McKinley as well, getting up to an inch of snow here. So it's definitely interesting to see, guys. So yeah, that looks like that about covers it here. So into portions of Washington, Oregon, down through California here, guys, getting up to 1 to 2 inches of snow. Some localized areas of 3 to 5 or 4 to 8 inches of snow. Salt Lake City, you guys are getting at about 6.3 to the northwest, getting about 10. Denver, Colorado, you guys are sitting at about 2.5 inches, and then to your northwest, about 11. So these snow totals, I can't say they're set in stone, but they're definitely a lot better defined from yesterday from the live stream. So I definitely hope you guys will definitely tune in to later this week. We're definitely going to do a live stream as well. I'm not sure if we're going to get to a live stream tonight, unfortunately. I'm not sure. I think Justin gets off at 9 tonight, so we may do one. We may or may not, but we're definitely going to do one later this week. Just a shout out to you guys. We definitely appreciate you guys joining the live stream last night. So far, I believe 14,000 people have seen that stream, so it's very good that this information is getting out there. Shout out to Dark Waters. Thank you very much for promoting, not promoting, but boosting the channel. Definitely appreciate that. You're definitely helping us out for sure. And shout out to everybody that interacted with us on the stream last night. That was awesome. Definitely a fun time. Definitely look forward to it in the near future. And I definitely appreciate it, guys. And like I said, we'll probably do a live stream later on this week as this system comes in. We'll probably get some footage here from Pennsylvania as well. So that'll be interesting to see. If you guys have any footage, you definitely can send it to us at worldweatherauthority@gmail.com. But definitely thank you guys. We definitely appreciate it. Hopefully you guys see this information. If you do see it, please share this information out to your friends and family. So that way they may be aware of the impending weather situation that is going to impact our area. As I said earlier in the beginning of this video, it's not really much about the snow totals as it is about the wind and the very, very cold temperatures. You could definitely get frostbite and hypothermia within 20 minutes, guys, of exposure outdoors. So definitely try to stay indoors. If you are traveling, please use caution. And remember that your life is more important than where you're going. So definitely, if you need to, pull over, find some shelter. There's going to be some definitely interesting situations developing. I'm definitely looking forward to some live streams for sure. But all right, guys, definitely appreciate it. And always remember, never stop chasing.